this man is not wearing an apron. He is in fact wearing a napron, because that's what it used to be in English. This is a phenomenon known as rebracketing or meta-analysis in linguistics, when language speakers mishear the boundaries between words and then reconstruct those words into new wholes. In the example above, Middle English speakers heard a apron and thought that it was an apron. And that's how we get the word today. Now, naturally, English speakers aren't the only people guilty of this linguistic phenomenon. In fact, Alomorfe made an excellent video about rebracketing in Portuguese. And I should also indicate that the example I got from the beginning of this video comes from Kevin Stroud's excellent History of the English Language podcast, which I really would recommend you listen out for. You listen to. I'll leave a link in the description because it's an absolutely excellent resource. Anyone who loves languages should pay attention to. But what I'd like to do today is look at how rebracketing has surfaced in Spanish, how meta-analysis exists in the Spanish language. And interestingly enough, it follows the pattern of the example I gave earlier with an apron and a napron, because it's often articles that get incorporated into the new word. And this is due to Spanish's peculiar linguistic history. As many of us know, from 711 to 1492, there was a plurality and a multiplicity of different Muslim polities in the south of Spain. And of course, the dominant language there was Arabic. And so what we have is a case where often Arabic words that have appear with the Arabic article al before get misheard by Spanish speakers. A great example of this is Alcázar, which of course appears in the names of many important monuments in Spain because it means the castle in its original Arabic Alcázar. My apologies to any Arabic speakers out there for my pronunciation. So Alcázar gets misheard by Spanish speakers as one word, and Spanish speakers then add on their own article el to make this el Alcázar, the castle. A similar thing happens with almohada, although this is interesting because in Arabic it was al-mikada, and Spanish speakers hearing the ending with an a, and of course combining the article al into the word, turned it into a feminine noun with la almohada. And then finally, I'd like to finish off with navaja. Navaja is a word for a kind of knife, and it's actually a particular kind of knife. Weapons experts will talk for a very long time about that surfaced, it came to particular prominence in the south of Spain during the early modern period. And navaja may come from, in fact, a Latin root, una faja, which meant a knife, which got rebracketed as una navaja, which is another pretty interesting example of this. So if I've left out any really interesting instances of rebracketing and meta-analysis in Spanish, please leave those in the comments below. I'd be particularly interested in seeing some, like the example of navaja, or una baja, that have non-Arabic origins, because we've seen quite a lot of those already. Are there many of those in Spanish? I would assume that the vast majority of meta-analysis and rebracketing in Spanish really is a consequence of the Arabic influence of the language. But it would be interesting to see if there are any slightly more arcane, obscure examples of this phenomenon. So let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.